Today we're going to talk about finding marks on your papers when they are returned to you via Blackboard. Once you have gone into the paper and you open it, you may open to something along these lines. This is a former student who has given me permission to share his paper with you. When you glance at the paper, you'll see red lines on one side, perhaps some bubbles on the other, and this indicates that I have made some remarks on your paper. In order to view them, the quickest and easiest way to do so is to click on the Review tab and then click All Markup. This shows all of the changes that I made as well as any comments. Let's skip through this paper so that we can see some of the comments that were made and perhaps answer questions you may have. First and foremost, I would like to say that if you open your paper and you see a ton of red marks, please don't think that that means it was terrible. I have also been known to make remarks when you spark a thought in my head, or when you make a good analogy, a good comparison, or a good point. Let's begin. For Colin's paper, his title was Strive to Aspire. I suggested that he keep auditioning titles because this means try hard to try hard. Strive and aspire are synonyms. As you keep going through, you can see all of the comments off to the side, but there's more here. For example, here, you don't have any comment. The quickest way to go through the paper and make sure you don't miss anything is to click at the very beginning and hit this button here which says Next, which will jump to the next change or comment that I've made. See how it made it slightly darker and more noticeable? There's the next one. He said that these jobs offer meager benefits, and I commented if they offer any benefits. He's given me a fragment sentence here. And here it was just a typo. He initially had the word and individual when he meant to say an individual. Simple typo, I deleted the D. You can see what it is without an explanation. If you ever have a comment like this one and you don't understand why I've changed something, please contact me and ask, and I'll be happy to explain. Generally, though, I will not explain things like adding an S or an ED, or adding a comma or deleting a comma. Those will just be marked. In this case, he's put these days twice. More commonly these days, employers these days, you don't need it twice, so I just marked one out. As you can see, as you skip through, there's several different things. And of course, you can always ask me if you don't understand why I've changed something. Here it was a capitalization issue. Here it was capitalization and possessive. You can skip through all of them and see all of the different things that I've had to say or change in your paper. If you scroll to the end of the paper and go to the final period, there will be a note added to that period which tells you my general impressions and your grade. For example, overall pretty well done. Make sure you're using the word you mean to, even if it means you just use what you know instead of looking for something in a thesaurus. In this case, he had used so many large words, and a couple of them incorrectly, that I wanted to be sure he understood that I'm okay with just the language you already know, especially in one of our first papers. There you have it, quick and simple, how to see all of the marks that I've made on your paper. For those of you who work better from a print source, you can tell the computer to print, and it will print it with the marks. The actual pages will just be slightly smaller on the printout. That way you can review it one thing at a time in print if that works better for you. As always, any questions, shoot me an email or a text, and I'll be happy to answer as quickly as I can.